Sega.
I give my body, heart, and soul to the lady whom I seek. No plea for help shall find me wanting. No obstacle will stand before me. No evil will taint the lands bequeathed unto me. When the clarion call is sounded, I will ride out and fight in the name of liege and lady. That which is sacrament, I shall preserve. That which is sublime, I will protect. That which threatens, I will destroy. For my holy wrath will know no bounds. Honor is all. Chivalry is all. Rejoice, for we, the Knights of Bretonnia, will be your shield.
Hello and welcome everyone, Lionheart here, and that was of course the Brettonian in-engine cinematic trailer. Not long to go until Brettonia comes out on the 28th, although that said, Creative Assembly did mention on their Total War page on Facebook that apparently if you sign up to their Total War Access page, which I'll link in the description of this video, you will gain access to Brettonia 24 hours early, so on the 27th. Also, when you register on that Total War Access site, apparently you'll get access to an exclusive Brettonia wallpaper. So yeah, I'll link that in the description. I wonder if there's going to be kind of the start of them doing more kind of little exclusives and potentially early access bits and pieces via this Total War Access dashboard. Be interesting to see how that goes. But anyway, just kind of wanted to run down some of the information that's now out about Brettonia. Whether you play it on the 27th or the 28th, however that early access will go. I will, of course, be doing a new Let's Play here on my channel, a very hard campaign with LIONHEART as Brettonia, but there are two more Legendary Lords which will be able to play as, and in fact they actually have their own factions to play as, so it seems like Brettonia will be pretty good fun to potentially co-op with as well. Because besides LIONHEART leading Brettonia, there is Alberich leading Bordello, and the Fey Enchantress leading Carcassonne. So you'll have them all to play as. A link to the Steam page for the Brettonian update, you can find that down in the description as well, where I'm kind of getting most of this information from. I'm not going to go into too much detail, just kind of give you a few of my impressions and pick out a few of the various features that this update is going to have. And of course, alongside the Brettonia update on the 28th, we are also going to get Isabella von Carstein and the kind of the splitting of the vampire faction up a little bit, with Vlad and Isabella going to their own von Carstein faction, and Manfred and the rest staying as the vampire counts, because we won Make War Not Love. And at Make War Not Love, they had a streaming set up at the PC Gamer Weekender. Creative Assembly invited me up to come along and actually play an Isabella von Carstein quest battle and a LIONHEART quest battle as well. So I got to get a little bit hands-on with some of the new units. I should say the screenshots you're seeing up on screen are from the Steam page as well. So that, I think, will be showing you each of the Legendary Lords' skills point screen, or at least a screenshot of part of it, so you can get an idea of that, and as well just general screenshots, the Green Knight and all that as well. But yes, the Green Knight will be a Legendary Lord hero, I think. Yeah, he's a legendary hero character with preset skills and abilities. and is always mounted on his Spirit Charger Shadow Steed. But yeah, lots and lots of features. But yeah, I got to get a little bit hands-on with the updated roster, which I'll go through now for Bretonnia. So the full roster for Bretonnia includes Peasant Mob, Foot Squires, Spearmen at Arms with shields, Men at Arms with shields, Men at Arms with polearms, Grail Relinqury, Battle Pilgrims, then you have Peasant Bowmen, and then Peasant Bowmen with fire arrows, and Peasant Bowmen with pox arrows. Melee Cavalry, you have Mounted Yeomen, Knights Errant, Knights of the Realm, Questing Knights, Grail Knights, and Grail Guardians. You have the Ranged Cavalry in the form of the Mounted Yeomen Archers. And then for Flying Cavalry, you have Pegasus Knights, Royal Pegasus Knights, and Royal Hippogriff Pegasus Knights. And then Artillery, you have the Field Trebuchet and the Blessed Field Trebuchet, which shoots blessed holy water from the lady, or something like that. So that sounds pretty cool. But yeah, the units I got to use was kind of a mix of those newer ones. The cavalry having the lance formation, the wedge formation, was pretty effective. Didn't lose all my cavalry in that stream, so that's a plus for me, because you guys all know how awful I am with my cav. But yeah, all the cavalry kind of a lot of kind of anti-large, anti-infantry. So knowing which cavalry to use against whatever you're up against is going to be vital for them. So I'm looking forward to doing a Bretonnia Let's Play, because kind of like the Huns Let's Play, it made me eventually get a little bit better with my cavalry and not slaughter all of them. But the main thing I'm kind of looking forward to is some more of the campaign features with Bretonnia, because they have such a focus on chivalry and the chivalric code and things like that. Chivalry plays a big part in a Brettonian campaign, whether you're playing as Leuenlienke, Alberic, or the Fey Enchantress. And it works kind of a metered bar, and you get chivalry for various actions and things across the campaign, such as winning heroic victories in your battles, completing quest chains, and as your chivalry rises, that brings more benefits to it, such as helping to control your peasant population, unit experience, reduction in corruption, things like that. That's kind of one of their main mechanics. Another main mechanic is obviously the peasant economy, which I think is going to be a lot of fun, because you have to constantly weigh up whether you can, draft your peasants into battle, into armies, and whether you can afford to do that at the cost of your lands producing less wealth, because the peasants are the backbone. They are the ones tilling the fields, working the land, and bringing you in your taxes and your money. So if you've got them all off supporting your armies and your very elite knights, that to start with I imagine you'll have very few of, you're going to need those peasants to fill that gap, and they will make up most of your your main, I guess, melee troops as well, and obviously your ranged troops. It'll only be those higher tier cavalry units that will really be the elite knights of the land. So yeah, having that balance between, I really want to develop my economy, so I can't have too many peasants in my armies, but also I'm getting attacked by greenskins, I'm going to need to shift more of them. I think that's going to be quite a fun mechanic to work with. But apparently there's also technology that will significantly help your industrial income as well as you go. I think wouldn't be surprised if we see some almost on the scale of the Wood Elves having that insane like plus 400% to ports or something like that. If there was something similar for Bretonnia towards the end of their research chain, that's kind of how I imagine it going. After a while, it will just kind of start really rolling pretty crazy. So yeah, you can't afford to commit too many peasants to your armies, because otherwise your agricultural labour, your income will suffer. So that's going to be good fun. So you have the three lords, Leuenlienke, which is who I'm going to play as. Obviously, Lionheart, I've got to play as the Lionheart himself. Makes sense. I may well go and try another one of the Legendary Lords, the Fey Enchantress, or Alberic, either in battles, quest battles, or maybe in a co-op or versus campaign at some point in the future. I'm sure we'll come back to them at some point. There's so many to play as. New Lords as well. So you've got Lords or Prophetesses. I can't say that right. So yeah, powerful spellcasters wielding the Law of Beasts or Heavens of Life. And the Lords obviously being pretty solid melee fighters. You have the Paladin hero, and you have Damsels. And that about wraps up for kind of units, Lords, Legendary Lords. As I said, the Green Knight, he will appear as the Sacred Protector of Bretonnia in your Hour of Need. I guess it'll be kind of like a building counter, I guess, of like, if you win loads of battles, or maybe, I guess maybe even if you lost loads of battles, it would add to a gauge, and then at some point you'd be able to summon the Green Knight to come and help you. So it says in the Steam description, a suitably chivalrous legendary lord may call upon the aid of the Green Knight temporarily, and only a limited number of times during a campaign. He appears as a legendary hero character with preset skill. Yeah, so as I said, yes, that's what I said before. But yeah, so yeah, limited number of times you can actually call him into your campaign. So I guess choosing the right time when you need to summon the Green Knight, and weighing up whether that's time to use up one of your times to call him, to summon him, is going to be quite important. So yeah, that's about it. You've got to manage your chivalry, you've got to manage your peasants, you've got to decide when the best time is to call your Green Knight in, and yeah, there's also Errantry Wars endgame objectives, which will apparently pit you against your foes in cataclysmic battles. So that sounds pretty darn cool as well. Kind of like sounds like scaled up quest battles. So it'll be interesting to see how they come out. But yeah, that is pretty much it so far. As I said, I did get to play a little bit of the new Bretonian units, and the tweaks and changes so far seem pretty nice. But it was like a 20-25 minute battle session that I had, so can't really form too many observations. Other than that, you know, it seemed pretty good so far. Although the Grail Reliquary is pretty darn cool. It's a dead Grail or questing knight on a dead horse, being kind of Monty Python style, carried around by some guys. I'm honestly surprised they didn't cheekily try and get in like a little coconut sound effect in there, because that would have been hilarious. But he's like a support unit for your units, but it's also, I think he does frenzy damage as well. Anyway, I'm looking forward to Bretonnia. Are you guys looking forward to Bretonnia? It is, of course, free for everyone who owns Total War Warhammer, and it will update on the 28th along with Isabella von Karstein, because we won Make War Not Love this year. Although, as I said, and by the looks of that Facebook post, if you sign up to Total War Access, again, it's linked in the description, looks like they are suggesting you'll be able to get Bretonnia 24 hours early. Don't know how they're going to do that, but yeah, stay tuned on that and on their Facebook and Twitter pages and all that jazz, and if I can, I'll let you guys know as well how to do that too in a video nearer the time. But yes, hope you've enjoyed. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe. Follow me on Facebook and Twitter. Take pride on the Legion. Check out my affiliates and sponsors: XMG, Greenman Gaming, and Overclockers UK. Oh, and I forgot to say, yes, obviously Bretonnia Let's Play. If I can work out how to get this 24-hour early access as well, it'll be starting on Monday the 27th of February. If not, Tuesday the 28th. See you then.